Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for May. I hope everybody out there is doing well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Pisces. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. We're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at May in depth. We're going to start with the first week of May and work all the way through to the end of May. As always, Pisces, please don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of Pisces? What would you like Pisces to know for May? All right, Pisces, you are starting out with a star card. So you're showing up here as being very hopeful, being very balanced. You've done a lot of healing. Let's see what's crossing that. Oh, boundaries. Queen of Swords, you're in your Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, so you've put up some boundaries as you've been healing here, and it's creating a lot of balance in your life. I like this for you. Let's see what happened in the past. And this is why, because we had a lot of toxicity in the past with the devil here. Yep, so you're healing from that. Why is all this happening? Four of Cups. Four of Cups, you're doing an analysis of the past. You're looking back. You could be looking back at past relationships, looking back at past experiences, trying to figure out where things went wrong. What was the toxic energy here? There's a sense here of you kind of really reviewing your life, which is good. And as a result, you're going back and you're healing. You're healing a lot of these things. So you've been doing a lot of work on yourself. I do feel like there might be love in your life, but you don't really see it. You're not seeing it right now. Or it could be that, you know, somebody has feelings for you. Maybe they haven't revealed them. So let me see what's on your mind. Show me what's on Pisces' mind. Oh, you're feeling a sense of loss. Finances could be an issue for you right now. You might not have as much of your money as you would like to have, but there's a lot of loss here. There's feelings of abandonment, feelings of rejection. So you're thinking about these things. Let me see what May is holding for you. Show me May for Pisces. Show me May for Pisces. I get the sense that some of you guys are feeling a little discouraged. You've been doing all this work on yourself. You've been trying to root out all of the, toxicity and doing a lot of healing and putting up those boundaries. And you may just be feeling like, like the universe has forgotten you. Okay, so we see the Hanged Man, and I can assure you that the universe has not forgotten you, Pisces. All right, so with the Hanged Man, that's a sense of waiting. It's also a need to look at something from a different perspective. So let me see how you're showing up in this reading. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're full of anxiety. There's worry and anxiety here, losing sleep, stressing about things. Let me see the energy coming towards you. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. This looks like somebody is returning back to your life from the past. Now, whether or not you're going to want them, that's another thing, but somebody is making a return. So let me see Spirit's advice for May. The Wheel of Fortune. So don't give up, guys. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here in Spirit's advice. This is saying that things are going to begin to turn in a more positive direction. Things are going to be going in your favor. Let's see the end of May for Pisces. Yeah, something that you thought was over is not over. The Death card in the reverse. There's still some unfinished business here. I suspect it's with whoever is returning back into your life, but it doesn't have to be. This could be, a different energy entirely. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So this is healing energy once again. It's also healing from a very, very painful ending, an ending where you felt actually very betrayed. All those swords are now beginning to fall out of your back as you're doing this healing, as you're putting up these boundaries. But you're in process here, Pisces. So you have to understand that, you know, it doesn't happen in a day. Healing is a process, and it looks like you're in that process. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit, why is Star card here? Yeah, you've gone through some depression, it looks like. If not depression, you've been very sad, but you are actually bringing those lessons from the past. You're bringing them back through. And I feel like your heart is beginning to open to love again. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Why is the Queen of Swords here? The boundaries are what's going to help you come out of this anxiety. Yeah, I do feel like you're unapologetic about putting up the boundaries, which is, you know, very good, because everybody should have proper boundaries. But I feel like those boundaries that you're putting up, you're opening your heart to love after something that was extremely toxic, but you've done a lot of healing. Now you're opening your heart back up. You're bringing the lessons with you, but you're not doing it without firm boundaries in order to avoid anxiety from the toxicity like you experienced before. So, you know, it's like lessons learned, good energy. Let's see why this Devil is here. Why is the Devil here? Yeah, you felt powerless in this situation. Seven of Wands. You're also avoiding any kind of conflict. So if this is a person you think about when you see this toxic energy, well, first of all, I can tell you it would be more than just a person. All right, that toxic energy didn't just pop up. There was toxic energy within you. There was toxic energy within, you know, other people that you were dealing with. The culmination of that, Pisces, was that it made you feel extremely toxic. I do feel like there was likely a lot of conflict, and I feel like you just are now trying to learn the lessons, avoid the conflict. I feel like this was a situation that made you feel extremely powerless, though, and there's something to do with betrayal within that. So let me see why the Four of Cups is here. Why is the Four of Cups here for Pisces? Two of Wands reverse. Yeah, you've made a decision here. I can see that there's a decision affecting this. Some of you guys would like to travel, but you're feeling inhibited. You're feeling as if you can't. And I do feel like you're still learning here. You're still learning. I feel like you want love in your life, but you feel like you're not being chosen, or you're not choosing somebody because you have these boundaries up. It's like it's just not happening for you right now, and you could be feeling very discouraged. You may feel like the person that you dealt with in the past chose to go in another direction, and that's leaving you feeling, you know, a little bit abandoned or rejected. Let me see why this Five of Pentacles is here. Two of Cups, yeah. Yeah, you feel like somebody who was a soulmate, somebody who you loved deeply. You think about this person still, and you feel like this person rejected you. They left you out in the cold. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough energy. All right, so let's look at, some of you could be waiting for that person to reach out to you. Let's look at May for you. Show me May for Pisces. Yeah, so you know what I'm seeing, Pisces? It looks like you had a rather toxic relationship with somebody, and I feel like that person betrayed you. And I feel like you really went through it, possibly even a dark night of the soul. And I feel like you still think about this person. But I feel like you're trying to heal from this at the same time and keep those boundaries. So even if this person did just pop back up, I think it would be tempting to you because you do love them. But at the same time, I feel like your boundaries and your need to feel healthy and to feel as if you are healthy within yourself is going to prohibit you from dealing with any toxic energy. So let me see. Yeah, we have the Ace of Wands reversed, Three of Coins. Let's see. Page of Cups, Two of Swords, the Hierophant reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Wands reversed, and the Knight of Swords. All right, so Pisces, I do see that you're waiting. You're waiting for a new beginning. You're waiting for a passionate new beginning, for something that's stable, something that is, built on a strong foundation with somebody who's cooperative. I do feel like most of you are hoping for somebody new. So I do see you waiting. In the first week of May, I do see that there's some kind of an ending, something that you at one time was very passionate about. There's some sort of an ending, but I also see you working on your own foundation. You may be feeling a little blah in that first month or first week because I do feel like you're working at your money. You're very, very strongly working on your money. And I also feel like you're trying to make your foundation secure. There's something to do with a contract in the first month. This could be a physical contract, or this could be a soul contract, but there's something to do. I said month again. I don't know why I keep saying month. There's something to do with a contract in the first week. Yeah. I am seeing in the second week that there is somebody new that you could be meeting or coming into your life. This person could have recently ended something, coming out of some sort of a relationship, and I do feel like you're going to entertain this person. This is somebody new, it looks like. I do see you making a decision by the middle of the month about this person, but I don't feel like you feel that this is stable. I feel like you're going to end this because you don't feel like it's stable. You may also feel like this person doesn't have a spiritual base. So I feel like you're just not interested. I do feel like you will entertain a new person though in the second week, but by the third week, you're like, nah, this person's not for me. There is a lack of spirituality. There's a lack of stability. And this person could also feel a little bit like a victim. Yeah. So I do see that. I see something ending in the middle of the month as well that could be revolving around a job, or possibly something to do with a organized institution that you may belong to. This will be ending around the middle of the month. So there is a sense here of, and also Pisces, that person, I don't feel like they're offering commitment either, which is what is making you feel that they're unstable. Side note, sorry about that. But I feel like in the middle of the month, there's something about some kind of an organization or an established organization that could be ending for some of you. Be really careful with your money in the third week. You could have an unexpected financial loss. So definitely, in order to mitigate that, remember these monthly readings help you to identify where the energy is going, so you can counteract that by really working on your prosperity. Just because you hear something in the cards doesn't mean that that's actually going to happen. It's all vibrational, and you can mitigate that. So in the third week, be very careful of an unexpected financial loss, and but it's a problem that you will overcome. I can tell you that regardless. Yeah, you'll easily overcome it. I do see you processing out and working on endings here in the 3rd week, going into the 4th week of May. Finalizing things. Yeah, finalizing things here. In the 4th week, there's some problems here that you're overcoming. And it's being overcome because there's somebody here that's speaking a truth. So I don't know if it's you speaking that truth about an ending or if it is somebody else speaking the truth. But it's with somebody that you've had an ending with. You speak a truth or they speak a truth. And it really actually overcomes the problems that were there that were connected with this ending. So let me look at your energy here. I see you definitely finding your voice by the end of the month. I see you speaking truth, and I see you being very, very vocal about something by the end of the month. So let me see. Show me Pisces energy. Show me Pisces energy in the month of May. Yeah, you've got Temperance coming out here. That tells me you're still healing, but it also tells me you're being spiritually guided here. You're being protected, which is always a good thing. All right, we have the 4 of Wands and we have the 7 of Cups. All right, so you're showing up here as definitely dealing with some anxiety, finding your balance though, doing a lot of healing, and really leaning into your spirituality, which is a good thing. I do see that there is, around the middle of the month, a reason for celebration here. Something is coming together and there's a celebration. It's something to do with stability as well. I also feel like you definitely have options with regard to relationships. And keep in mind, Pisces, that you're being guided towards the relationships or relationship that is going to be best for you, that's more balanced for you. So I see the frustration. I see you opening your heart back up to love after having gone through this toxic experience. And I also see the frustration, feeling like you're having to wait. Where's your new beginning? Where is your relationship? So there's something here that is taking place for you that is more spiritual than what you're recognizing. And once you recognize, and it's causing the frustration, but once you recognize that, that's when, you can let go of this anxiety and just know that nobody's going to be allowed into your energy unless they are balanced. And, they may come to you, but these boundaries you have is going to prohibit them from moving past that. You're going to have a lot of options, but Spirit is bringing in the right option for you, and that may take some time. Yeah, bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups, so nice, huh? All right, so let's see the energy coming towards Pisces. Let's see if we can get more information. I'm hearing that song. It's a really old song. It's called You Can't Hurry Love. Yeah, you can't hurry love. You just have to wait. I know somebody out there wants to reach out and pop me for that one. All right, but it's there, and I have to tell you. All right, so we have the 10 of Cups reversed. We have the Fool, and we have the 2 of Coins in the reverse. So like I said, this is somebody that is trying to come back in. I do see that this is someone who may have walked away from the connection, or possibly you've walked away. This person is unhappy and they want to take a leap of faith in your direction. They want to take a risk with you. This is somebody though that feels like it's not balanced. They feel that perhaps they're giving more than you are, or there's some imbalance within the connection. I'm also seeing that there is this new person here. There is a new person, but be aware that this new person Again, I'm seeing a lack of balance in their energy and they're unhappy. They could be having somebody that they ended things with come back into their energy. So be aware of that. Signs, I do see sign of Pisces, but it could literally be any sign. So let's see Spirit's advice. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Show me Spirit's advice for Pisces. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords. We have the Five of Swords reversed and the World in reverse. All right, so what Spirit is saying here is that there's a very heartbreaking situation that you went through. I do feel that there was a lot of conflict in this situation, and I also feel like, you know, somebody was really out of pocket, if I'm being completely honest here. Could have been you, could have been them, maybe even both of you. This cycle is not complete yet. So there's unfinished business, and Spirit is telling you that. I'm seeing it in the outcome as well. However, it is going to turn in your favor, and here's how that will happen is if you avoid conflict, avoid ego. So there's a heartbreaking, possibly third-party situation that is unresolved still in some way. It's going to turn in your favor, but you have to avoid ego. You have to avoid conflict with this person. And then it will turn in your favor. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of May. Show me the outcome for Pisces at the end of May. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords reversed, and we have the Ten of Swords. All right, so Pisces, there is definitely, I'm seeing it in a couple places here. I feel like your focus is moving towards new. You're trying to move forward and move on, but there's some unresolved business that's here. This would be somebody that you had an ending with. I don't feel like you are currently investing in the situation, and neither is the other person. But there is definitely unfinished business between the two of you. Now, this person may have freed themselves from the situation, but they don't feel like things are over. So I feel like it was the other person perhaps who walked away, leaving you feeling, you know, betrayed. And this situation somehow is not complete. You're still healing from it. That's your underlying energy here. Neither of you are investing in the situation, but there is something that is incomplete in this situation. Yeah. So I would expect somebody from the past to come back in. I don't feel like most of you are very focused on that person. You're focused on healing. You're focused on finding a stable connection. And I feel like most of you have a lot of options here with this Seven of Cups. So you're looking at newer options, but there's something that is incomplete with somebody from your past. Bottom of the deck, Lovers in reverse. Yeah, underlying energy. And this does, you know, indicate an ending with somebody who is likely a soulmate. And it also indicates that somebody chose to go in another direction. All right, so I'm going to pull from the Foxfire deck. It's one of my favorite decks, and we'll see if there's any further guidance for you, Pisces. All right, so we have number 12. It says, be still a while. Let me read that for you. Give me just a second. All right, it says, for now, dear seeker, even while you are on this adventure, the kitsune asks you to consider that it is time to be still for a while. You have traveled far and experienced a great deal. Now these wise foxes say it is time to rest and recuperate and be still. Still as the earth beneath the snow, quiet as a seed beneath the soil, and allow the energy about you to be rewoven and reweaved, and the energy within you to be restored and received. This is a time to pause and to breathe and to take a deep space and time for yourself. In a world that encourages an endless doingness, this time of nothingness will seem difficult and strange at times, even frustrating. Yes, there is a purpose, and there is so much that needs to be done in the stillness. Nature's not always in the process of growth. She moves and dances in a cycle of seasons, and the season for you now is winter, a season to be soft and quiet as snow, to rest as the trees do, and to prepare silently with patience for the gateways and the tests that lie ahead. You will move forward again, but for now, dear one, rest a while in this space with the kitsune of Inari, and know that you will be all the better for this time of graceful, soft, and peaceful pause. So whoever wanted to reach out and pop me earlier, you're definitely wanting to get me now. But, you know, you got to think about it, Pisces, like an ebb and a flow. The waves come out and the waves come in. And you're in a moment here where the tide is in the ebb. It's not coming in. And you have to have the patience. You have to relax. You have to process all these lessons that you've been learning, because you've been doing a tremendous amount here. So just be still for a while. Understand that you are being guarded and guided, and just allow things to flow into you into the proper time. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Pisces. If you've resonated with this, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, namaste.